Good evening and welcome to this Aries Full Moon Circle where we're going to be doing some distance Reiki healing. I'm going to be bringing in a candle working to hold down the energy for the collective, and you can do your part to also hold that intention that we'll be bringing in. I'm also going to be offering a journeying meditation that was taught to me, passed down to me through oral tradition by the beautiful, powerful, potent, amazing Louisa Tish. It's all about giving you the strength you need to step out of the crossroads and to recognize your gifts, the beauty that you have to share with the world so you can bring them forward and step into your light as we're preparing to move out of the eclipse cycle that we've been in since April and really see things as they are, but also step into our healing and our full potential. And we're just going to bring that all in with some messages from Spirit. I'm just going to draw a few cards. I'm going to go with what feels right to me. And I'm also going to set a respectful space. I'm going to give a few minutes for people to show up, but people don't always make the lives, and especially when you are a newer creator here at YouTube like me. So it's okay. I'm going to leave this replay up. And if you're making it to the replay, thank you so much. I appreciate everybody who drops in and spends time with me. And I hope that you benefit from what I'm offering here. I did want to take a minute to just pay my respects. I got some kind of difficult news today about a dear, dear, dear mother figure in my life. Dot mom, she passed away after a very long struggle today. So that's weighing a bit heavily on my heart. And I just wanted to take a moment to honor her life and honor her presence in the spirit of releasing and surrender with the full moon by lighting a candle in her honor and holding a little respectful space. She was always such a generous, sweet, loving spirit, and always made me feel at home, made me feel like I had somebody that I could turn to that accepted me as I was. And she just had such a gigantic spirit, she was just so funny and smart and full of life. And she is going to be dearly, dearly missed. And I send my love out to Master Thayer and Christina and all of the Thayer clan, just sending you lots of comfort and spirit salve for your hearts as you honor your mother's life. And her life, her essence is always going to go on. She was such a brilliant, brilliant soul. But I want to just take this moment to light this candle, calling in Archangel Michael to surround all of us who are missing Dottie with your protection, and to guard us from lower vibrational energies so we can stay in this place of love and connection. Calling in Archangel Raphael to bring healing to all of those who are adjusting to this time of transition, which is never easy when somebody gets called to slip beyond the veil. We who are left behind really struggle, but those who go on, they find true freedom. So helping those left behind just find healing and peace and comfort. And calling in Archangel Metatron to just raise the vibration to the highest frequency, to give Dot Mom a smooth, easy transition into the afterlife. So I wanted to take this moment just to honor her. And I see I have some people showing up. I haven't started anything yet, but I did receive news today that somebody very dear to me has passed on. And she was very special to me. She's like a mother figure to me. So I'm just taking a moment to honor her And in the spirit of this full moon, which full moons are not just about the harvest, they're also about release. They're also about letting go. We're going to bring in a lot of good stuff tonight. But I just wanted to take this moment to honor Dot's life because she was such a special, special being. And you know, they say that every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. So just wishing for Dottie to be blessed with a smooth, easy, peaceful transition in this great rite of passage. Thank you for holding that space to honor Dottie's life. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you who drop in and receive what I'm offering here tonight. And I just wanted to first set the tone, give people some time to show up. I'm going to purify the space and send a little bit of that purification energy your way. We're going to call in some protection. And as I'm calling in this energy, those of you who are tuned in, whether you tune into the live or the replay, this is also calling in this energy for you where you're at, so you can help me hold this intention as we build this energy together. We're going to call in some protection and some clearing of lower vibrational energy, any kind of negative energy, blocking energy. We're just going to send that on its way and invite in the blessing energy by bringing in some myrrh and some frankincense. Go ahead and cleanse the space. I'm going to give just a few minutes for people to have an opportunity to show up. So those of you who are at home, you can help me build this energy of protection. There we go. I'm just going to send some of this your way. A little bit of this frankincense, myrrh, calling on spirit to surround this space with protection, cleansing away all lower vibrational energies, and extending this protection, this purification to all of those who receive what is being offered tonight. May it cleanse their lives of all blockages, all interference from their purpose. May it cleanse them of all that keeps them from overcoming the shadow nature, cleanse them of all that resists the letting go that needs to happen so they can receive the blessings that are wanting to come in. I got Ted here with me, helping to call in the energy, bringing in the blessings. Okay. Beautiful. You're welcome, Chrissy. Welcome. Wonderful to have you here. And please, I encourage you all to go ahead, drop a comment. Let me know, what are you leaving behind? What are you wanting to purify? What is it time for you to let go of as we prepare to enter this time of turning within that always comes with a full moon? Full moons are not only about recognizing the harvest and what we have to be grateful for, but also what is time to be released and surrendered. So any comment you want to leave, just it can be just one word that captures the essence of what you're releasing is absolutely beautiful. And we're going to also be doing a little bit of working with the candle. So if you have a white candle with you, that is excellent. It allows you to really bring your energy in and hold it. But just know I'm going to be lighting a candle on behalf of the collective. And I brought in different herbs and elements and all kinds of magic that I'm going to add to the mix so you all can help me hold down that intention. And if you don't have a candle right now, it's okay, all right? Don't stress on it because we're all holding this energy together. Just by you being here, contributing your energy, holding down the space, you're helping to build this positive energy that we're calling in, which what we're calling in is going to be all about calling in the light. We're calling in that sun energy, okay? Stepping into that sun energy, that time of joy and hope, that promise that comes through the star card, right? That largest star in our solar system, the sun, that brings forward that tarot imagery of the sun, which is all about that joyful exuberance and feeling that enthusiasm for life again. And moving out of the shadow, we're preparing to move out of the shadow. We're just in the tail end of Mercury retrograde shadow right now. So this is all symbolic of the journey we're on in our lives right now. And on the 25th, we have a new moon in Scorpio, but it's coming in with a solar eclipse. And this solar eclipse is really wrapping up a very long eclipse cycle we've been in since April. So there's so much that we couldn't see in April that we can see now and will be coming to light as we move closer to that time. And we want to encourage this energy. We want to encourage the energy of getting out of looking at where the suffering is, where there's been the hardships, where there's been the stuck stuff. We've all been in it with that Aries Chiron action that's been going on. And on top of that, we've been dealing with this Pluto, retrograde cycle that's been all about doing the trauma work, really integrating our shadows, rising above our lower natures, showing up in a new way, coming from the heart instead of reactiveness, learning how to step out of fear and into that place of love where we can really open ourselves to receive. So we're calling in a lot of beautiful energy here. We're going to also call in some clarity. And as I dress the candle, I'll let you know what each component is that I'm bringing in and what it's contributing to the working that I'm doing on behalf of the collective that is tuning in to receive this. I'm also going to bring in some distance Reiki for you. So I do want to make it clear whether you're here for the live or whether you tune in after, this is going to be something that will still be able to be received by you. All right. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And I think that I want to go ahead and just dive into bringing in some Reiki to really set the tone for the energy and help you just settle in and start to soften and open so you can receive the blessings that want to come in, because there are so many blessings that want to come in. I know we've been going through a really challenging cycle, but there's so much hope. There's so much to be hopeful for that's on the other side of this. So I hope you can tap into that essence and you can feel that essence of what's coming in. So I'm going to begin first by calling in a little Reiki for all of you. And as I call in the Reiki, I'm going to then ease you into a journeying meditation that's going to be quite essential for really calling in our blessings and connecting with our sources of personal empowerment so we can step up to the plate and we can receive. First, I want to bring in the candle here, and I did want to take a moment to dress it. You can use a white candle if you like. White is a nice neutral color. I'm using yellow, okay? Yellow is what connects us to messages from spirit. Yellow is the color that calls in guidance from our guides, from our ascended masters, from the angelic realm, from our sources of spiritual connection that can empower us with the guidance we need to step forward. Yellow is also the color of connecting with psychic awareness, intuition, and clarity, being able to have clarity, being able to see a clear way forward. So we're going to bring this energy in as well. It's also the color of creativity and empowerment. So we want to be able to step into the light with confidence in the healing work that we've done, what we've been doing to prepare ourselves for all we're ready to step into right now. And so many people have been doing the healing work. So many people have been really, showing up. And it's such a beautiful thing. And that takes courage. It takes courage to drop into your heart and to come from that place. So we really want to encourage, the courage. We're going to call the courage in. And we're also going to be calling in the abundance, the harvest, the blessing. And we're just leaving it open-ended. We're going to trust that Spirit's going to leave us the breadcrumbs on our path, the synchronicities that will line us up with the path we're meant to be on at this time, as we step out of all this blocked energy and into a wide open new road, stepping into that big full energy and the start of an adventure. And I'm going to go ahead and dress this candle. I'm going to take my cobra here, and I'm going to poke 5 holes into the candle. And this is so I can infuse the different elements, the different herbs that I'm bringing in. I also want to bring in this cobra medicine because this is an energy of transformation. Cobra medicine helps us shed our old skins, that which we've outgrown, so that we can come into our full creative potential. So this is actually a very beautiful, powerful, transformational energy that comes in with Cobra medicine. And I'm putting in 5 holes at the top of my candle here to represent 5 elements: earth, air, fire, water, and akasha, or spirit, or ecstasis, however you relate to that. The song of unification that runs through all. And we're asking for higher energy to come in, whatever guides you relate to. And even if that's just your higher consciousness, for this energy to come in to provide the clarity that's needed so the direction forward can be seen, for you to step into your power, for you to feel confident in stepping into your light so you can open up to receive your gifts, and for prosperity, abundance, blessing, and your harvest to come your way, and for you to be in a space where you can really welcome it. And that begins first by having gratitude. So I want you to think about something that you're grateful for right now. And if you want to leave a comment, you can. You can also keep it to yourself and keep it close to your heart. But I ask you to tune into that energy of gratitude, because gratitude is what welcomes the flow of abundance into your life. We want to have a flow of give and take, of receiving and also giving appreciation for the blessings that come in for us. And I'm bringing in some different elements here on this candle. I'm dressing it with some yarrow. Okay. Yarrow brings abundance energy. It's a blessing herb. It also really connects with past energies, and we've been in a retrograde cycle. So it will encourage us to see the blessings and the benefit of the experiences we've been through in the past, even those things that have been difficult, and will support us in a letting go process so we can step into the space that was made to receive the newness that's coming in. And then I'm bringing in some eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is protective. It's warding. It helps protect from lower vibrational energies, but without being aggressive. It's not an aggressive form of protection, okay? It just protects your space, and it also helps clear the air, and it helps dissipate negative energy or any ill will energy that's sent your way, any blocking energy. that's sent your way. And sometimes we send that energy to ourselves. You know, we create a cross condition because we're so stuck in the energies of the past. It's 2020 on the clock when I said that. So it's like it obscures our vision. We can't see clearly. And that's what we're, you know, bringing in. We need to move out of the fog of kind of all the heavy processing. And instead, we need to start moving into more of the energy of the blessings that have come through, the lessons we've learned from these difficult experiences. And then I'm also calling in 5 points of Tiger Eye. Okay. Tiger Eye gives courage. It also connects you with your creativity. And your creativity is what will help you birth new things into being. So we're going to put that in here. Okay. We're calling in, you know, this is an Aries full moon. So I'm really working with that like big emperor energy, big empress energy. We're calling in that integration of the 4 queens or kings. The Queen of Swords, our ability to be discerning, to see things as they are, to understand what needs to be cut off, so that we can step into the true potential of who we are here to be, and to speak our truth, to be aligned with our truth within our integrity, knowing the truth within ourselves, but also being able to communicate from a truthful place. Calling in that energy of the Queen, King of Wands, which is about being aligned with our passion, our purpose, connecting with that thing that makes us feel alive, makes us feel like going for our dreams, that thing that fires us up, lights our fire within, okay? And having the courage and the determination to go for it, you know, really make it happen. So lighting that fire within and calling in the energy of the Queen, King of Cups, to remember that in love, it's about giving and receiving, and this beautiful flow of reciprocation, helping us melt the resistance, helping us melt all the blocks within us that keeps love at bay, so that we can really step into the love within ourselves. And in stepping into the love within ourselves, that extends out from us, out into the world, and it has just such a beautiful blessing effect on our life. Also for us to be empowered and connecting with our own intuition, with our own wisdom, to not need to look to outside authorities for guidance or direction on the way to step forward, but instead to really step into our empowerment and to trust our own inner voice to guide us, because we all have a direct connection to spirit. And calling in the energy of the Queen and King of Pentacles, which is all about the ability to manifest, to root the energy, to take that higher spiritual energy and root it in material reality, so you can see the effect it has on your life. And it was 23:23 on the clock when I said that. Double 5 energy produces change, transformation. It's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful thing. Okay. So another piece with that eucalyptus that we brought in is also about communication. Okay. It helps people clear the air. So I'm calling in the ability to bring in some warmth to situations where maybe things have gone cold. Okay. We've all been kind of like more in this sort of protective space, because there's been so much intense work. Throat chakra, right? That's what I'm talking about. Okay. There's a need to clear the air. There's a need to clear the throat chakra. And this has been coming up so intensely in the collective. And we've also seen the readers here on YouTube. We've all been experiencing it too. There's so much that needs to come up, that needs to be expressed. And what's really important to note when we're looking at the throat chakra, Vishuddha, that it's not just about communication. It's also about aligning with our purpose. This is the activation point of our purpose. If you think about it, we speak things into existence. And so there's this place about really understanding that our words have power. And so working with that eucalyptus to also give us empowered speech, to come from a place of speaking from a place of love, which can be as simple as just beginning with putting our hands on our hearts when we're speaking to one another, especially when we need to have some tough but clearing and ultimately healing communications. All right. And then I'm also going to call in a little bit of magic. I want to make it fun. Yellow is a very happy color. It's a very playful color. It's very spirited. It's full of joy. And I'm really, feeling this kind of honeyed essence, bringing the sweetness back in life, bringing that sweetness back in life that you felt when you were a kid, where you were able to like really see the magic in the world and have that sense of wonder. All right. We want to call in that sort of like beginner's mind kind of energy, clean slate. We don't want to drag the past energy behind us. We want to be open to all the gifts on offer. So I got this mineral glitter. Okay, it's biodegradable, right? And anybody who knows me knows I'm making a sacrifice on this level to include the glitter, but I know glitter really speaks to a lot in the collective. But I used to do burlesque dancing. I don't know, I might revisit it again at some point, but I used to do burlesque dancing. I always had to, wear glitter in performances because it really translates on stage. But glitter is like it gets everywhere, you'll find glitter in places you would never expect it, like years down the road since you've worn it. So it has staying power. Okay, so we're going to give a little staying power to this magic that we're building. Let it really carry us through the rest of this year. That's my intention. Bring in some magic with those holiday seasons so we can step into the spiritedness of the time instead of like thinking of all the stress. Let's call in some synchronicity. Let's call in some divine play into our lives. Let's call in some fun and some adventure. So I'm really setting this intention for the collective too, that we're going to connect with the magic, that we're going to connect with the magic on offer. And that it's going to be sort of like a little treasure hunt for all of you who receive this. You're going to be blessed up with divine intervention that's going to bring all kinds of synchronicity and blessings on your path. And please, let me know down the road what comes in for you, because I'm telling you, I work with fairy. I work with fairy and I work with angels, as above, so below. And I really find that calling in this stuff brings in so much fun and so much magic and wonder and just that joy back into life. So I hope you all can take in that sweetness and really, really, really enjoy that. And I'm not going to light that just yet, okay? Because I want us all to be able to light our candles together and bring that circle of flame, where we're really holding it down together. So it's okay, even if you light your candle a few days from now, that's fine. Whenever you come to this, bring it in, because I set the template, I set the intention that as soon as you light your candle, you're bringing your energy in and you're helping to hold this space, right? So it's going to be really, really beautiful, and we're going to call in a lot of goodness. But first, I want to take you on a little adventure, okay? I want to take you on a little journeying adventure. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of help you ease in, ease in. I'm going to turn this toward me a little bit more so I can see all of you. I do have the comments open, all right? I'm going to switch my view of the comments off right now because I don't want to be distracted when I'm calling in the Reiki for you and when I'm leading you through a meditation. So I will look back after I've completed that, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm going to just move this right over here. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to drop in, spend your time with me. It's my honor to share this space with you. I'm so ready to step into this new cycle, and I'm so thrilled that I have people who are wanting to step into this new cycle in an empowered way too. And so let's go on a little journey together, okay? So I want you to just take a moment and just feel your connection to the earth beneath you, whether you are sitting on a couch or sitting on your bed. Just feel the solidity of the earth beneath you, the way that it holds you, the way that it supports you. And go ahead and just take a nice, deep, full breath, breathing all the way down to your root, right at the tip of your tailbone. And allow your lower belly to expand with that nourishing prana. And then exhale completely, just allowing anything from earlier today to just slip and fall away from you. Coming into this space, into this present moment. And just take another nice, deep, nourishing breath. You might hear Ted in the background. He's in here with me. He's ready to gobble up some of this energy. He's ready to gobble up any negative energy, any blocking energy that could hold us back. So he's my fetch. He always comes along. So that's what those interesting munching sounds are in the background. Now I want you to envision right at your root, a red rosebud. And just continue to take those deep breaths. And as you breathe down into your root, envision the petals of that rosebud slowly starting to unfurl and open, softening, softening, softening. And see from this rosebud that has now come into bloom a stem growing down toward the floor beneath you. And allow this stem to enter the floor beneath you, down through the foundation of the home that you're in, down into the top layer of soil, down into the nutrient-rich layers of oil in the earth, the thick, rich layers of the earth. I just heard from Maya Angelou's poem, because I walk like I got oil wells pumping in my own backyard. I love it. I love it. This kind of energy. This is what we're building. This is what we're calling in. Down further into the adobe layers of the earth, the rocky layers, into the underground caverns where the stalactites form. Down further still into the deep, dark, rich layers of earth where there's not even a sound. Nothing but peace and potential. Deeper still. And as you dive deeper with that root, just notice the heat that starts touching that stem, and that heat is rising up that stem toward that rose. And Manipura, your third chakra, connecting to Svadhisthana, your second chakra, to your root chakra, Muladhara. See these other three energies there. The root chakra energy with that red rose already in bloom. And then an orange bud at your sacral chakra, Svadhisthana, not yet in bloom. The potential. And that yellow rosebud at the solar plexus, not yet in bloom, but ready to open, ready to step into empowerment. Keep feeling that heat rising, starting to touch these energy centers in your body. And then plunge the stem of that root rose into the core of the earth and drink up the molten core energy of the earth all the way up through all those layers of soil, all the layers of the earth, bringing all that richness and that transformational fire, that heat up, 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 up through your rose stem until it meets that red rose in bloom, and watch it wash it with its energy, making it glow a brilliant red like a garnet. Now pull that energy up further to meet that orange rosebud that's at your womb space, the sacral chakra. And as the earth core energy meets with this rosebud, it bursts into bloom, glowing a vibrant orange like the flames of a fire. And drink in that essence. And pull the energy up further to the solar plexus, to that yellow rosebud, and watch it burst into full bloom and see a golden light growing there. It's the same golden light that's building now that we are all going to step into as we prepare to leave the darkness and our time in the shadow behind. As we do this final letting go, our integration work to prepare to step into the light and the blessings that are ahead for us. Just drink this energy in. Feel the way it connects you to the earth. Feel the support of the earth beneath you, and just send some gratitude down to the earth. Thank the earth for always supporting you. Thank the earth for all the abundance that it gives you. Thank the earth for this gift of transformation as you prepare to step into your power. Now I'm going to call some Reiki in for you. So if you would like to watch as I call in the Reiki, you can, or you can continue to keep your eyes closed if you wish. I just want to call in this Reiki for the collective. And the energy that I'm calling in is going to align you with the higher frequency, the frequency that will align you with your path of purpose. We're calling in energy to heal the past and the future, as well as your present. Calling in energy for the collective to heal emotionally, to soften the heart, to open the heart so this energy that we're raising up to that solar plexus can start to move into the upper channels, to open us to the guidance of spirit or our higher consciousness in whatever way feels right and in alignment with truth and integrity for those receiving this healing energy. And calling in protection to surround you, to cleanse you of all blocks, and to hold loving boundaries around your space so that no negative energies are allowed entry. And you can have this beautiful shielding around you as you do your release work, as you let go what needs to be released, what needs to be surrendered for transformation. And you can do so in peace and comfort that holds respectful space around the healing work you're doing now. And I'm just going to cleanse your energy a bit. And I'm going to just pull any intrusive energies out of the auric field. So you can be in your own energy, removing any energies from your space that are not your own. So clarity can come in and you can be in alignment with your own truth, your own guidance. Just smoothing over any places that feel a little raw, a little vulnerable from all the release work you've been doing, from all the healing work you've been doing. Smoothing everything over. I want you to get in touch right now with energy that you know needs to be dismissed from your space. Energy that is weighing you down. Energy that is holding you back. Energy that is keeping you from stepping into your full potential. Gather up this energy. Gather up this energy into a ball of light within you. You may see it as a dark light. It may come through as something heavy looking. It might look murky. Whatever way it comes through for you is acceptable. Give this a name. Think of one word that captures this block that's holding you back at this time. One word. And gather up the energy into a ball of light. You might not see it as a light. You might see it as a symbol. However it's coming through for you is the correct way for it to come through. I'm going to just reach out and I'm going to grab that energy and I'm going to pull it out of you. And you can help me right now by taking a deep breath in. And when you're ready to release it, breathe out with force through your mouth. And again, breathe in and breathe out with force. And one more time, breathe in and breathe out with force. Just bring in some smoothing energy, some protective energy. Directing some healing light to where the wound once was. Just take a moment, just take all this loving energy being sent in, all this beautiful, supportive energy, just bring it into your heart. Place your hands on your heart and just sit with this energy. Allow yourself to receive this energy, this supportive love, purification and blessing that wants to come in for you. Feel the comfort of it. And if you've had your eyes open, go ahead and close your eyes. I want to take you on a little journey. And you should have your candle near you. If you do have your candle with you, have your candle near you, okay? Because you will be lighting it at the end of this journey. Envision yourself, your present self as you are now, standing at a crossroads. You're right in the center of it. And you know that the steps that you take now, the choices that you make now, they're significant. They are what form the foundation of your future and your readiness to receive all the blessings that want to come in for you. I want you to take a moment to acknowledge all the work you have done, the way you have shown up, even when it wasn't easy, the space that you have held for the parts of you that felt fragile, for the wounded parts of you, for the places inside of you that have felt afraid of stepping forward, afraid of making a choice because you doubted yourself, you doubted your own wisdom, you didn't want to make the wrong choice. And acknowledging for just a moment with compassion the way this place of self-doubt has kept you from moving forward, the way that this self-doubt has been, in essence, somewhat of a crossed condition, a way that you've held yourself back. Just if you've been really struggling with this, just take a moment, just kind of give some little rubs to your heart. Tell yourself it's okay. It's okay. I'm ready now. I'm ready to step out of this crossroads. I'm ready to align with my purpose. I'm ready for the new path. I'm ready to step onto the new path. I'm ready to let go of what doesn't serve me anymore. I'm ready to be free of this. I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to receive. I'm ready for my blessing. I'm ready for my come up. I'm ready to be all I am here to be. I'm ready to step into my birthright. And I trust that everything I need to guide me forward is within me. It's here within me now. I have all the keys to the kingdom inside of me. The most important moment in anyone's life is the moment right before they step out of the crossroads. I want you to feel that connection to the earth that we built earlier. I want you to feel how you have all of life supporting you. I want you to feel the solidity of everything that is here to guide your steps forward. And I want you to find the courage to see yourself taking one step forward out of that crossroads, straight ahead. And take another step. And another. And I want you to keep stepping forward. Keep stepping forward. And notice how every step you take forward, you're feeling a little bit lighter. You're feeling a little bit more free. You're feeling a little more clear. Notice as the anxiety starts to give way to a spirit of hopefulness, maybe curiosity, maybe even enthusiasm. And as you keep stepping forward, you notice that there's a figure standing to the left of the path you're on now. You keep stepping towards this figure. And as you look over to the left and get closer, you realize it's you. It's you as you used to be. It's you from the past. And you lock eyes with this past version of yourself. And as you do, your past version of yourself shows you images of times in your life where you were celebrated, where you felt proud of who you were, where you had a big accomplishment, where people showed up and they let you know how much they love you, the brilliance they see in you. Maybe it's just a time when somebody said a kind word to you at just the right moment that reminded you that you are somebody special and you have something beautiful to offer here, and that your life has meaning, and there's people that are grateful that you're here. Allow yourself to witness through your past eyes these moments of celebration and sink into the memory of those times. Feel the memory awakening in every cell of your body. What were the sounds that were around you? How did the energy feel inside of you? Where did you feel it in your body? Where was the sensation? Where was the sensation of celebration, of joy, of recognition, of receiving? Was it in your heart? Was it in your smile? Was it in your eyes, lit up by the love that was lit inside of you? Really drink that in. And now this past version of yourself offers you a gift. Don't judge what it is. Don't question what comes forward. They offer you some kind of gift. They're holding it out to you now. And they let you know that this is for you to take with you on your journey. And so you take this symbol that is handed to you and you bring it in close to your heart. And you continue to step forward on your path as you thank your past self for the gift it gave you. And as you continue to step forward on your path, you notice that your feet are starting to feel a little lighter. You don't feel as weighed down as you once did. You might even notice a little spring in your step. Maybe you're easing on down that road, you know? Sometimes we got to ease on down, ease on down, ease on down the road. Big whiz energy coming in, all right? Sometimes you got to dance down that yellow brick road, right? Sometimes the courage comes through our willingness to just be able to move through life like it's a grand celebration, and you're feeling that spirit rise in you. It's rising in you like sap rises through the roots of a tree. And you're feeling the way that life supports you in the spirit of celebration as you step forward, because there's so much that you have to celebrate that's coming in for you. And as you continue to step forward, you see another figure. This figure's on the right. And as you move closer to them, they look a little different to you. But wait, that's me. That's future me. I want you to step for a moment towards your future self and let your eyes lock on the you that is coming into being, the you that is becoming. And just feel the exchange of energy. Eyes are the windows of the soul. Feel the exchange of the energy. Feel the blessing that's pouring in from your future self. The blessing that's reminding you to keep going. It's worth it. Believe that things can be better. Believe that things can turn around. Believe that there's hope on the other side. Believe that everything you've been through up to this point, it's going to make sense. It was all for a purpose. It was all leading you to this place. And your future self reaches out to you and offers you a gift. It says here, please take this with you. It will help you step in to the woman you see, to the man you see before you now. And you take this gift with gratitude and you pull this also close to your heart. And you thank your future self and walk forward on the path now. As you're walking forward, you're really starting to feel a new kind of energy come into your being that you haven't ever felt before. This feeling is very unfamiliar to you, but at the same time, it's desirable. This state of being that's starting to envelop you. It's what you've always longed to feel. It's that same feeling. It's that same feeling of joy and exuberance that you felt during those times when you were celebrated in your life. And you start to feel a sense of excitement build within you about what's up ahead, what's to come. And up ahead, you see this light starting to form on the horizon. And it's beckoning you and it's calling you in. Like a dancing sun. And you feel its rays touching you and warming your skin. You feel its rays softening your heart, filling you with joy, filling you with a sense of sweetness to temper all that was bitter once before. And you see a figure step forward out of that light up ahead. You go closer and closer and closer. And when you get there, you find yourself looking at your own reflection, you, as you are right now, in this moment, the present, the eternal now, the only point of power. And I want you to take those gifts that you received, and I want you to extend them to yourself now and see your present self saying yes. And I ask you at this time, say yes. Say yes out loud. Yes, I'm ready to receive these gifts. I'm ready to receive this. I'm ready to take this into my heart. I'm ready to open to this. And see these gifts merge into your body, becoming one with you, surrounding you like a sun. And you notice that the lines of differentiation between the light that you once stepped out of is now the light that is merging with you, and it's all one great big growing light, and this light is building and it's expanding and it's surrounding your entire being. You're becoming one with this light, and this light is growing and it's extending beyond the home that you sit in now, and you see this light growing and it's expanding beyond the country you live in, beyond the continents, across the seas from you, and you see this energy growing until it surrounds the entire earth. And then spreading out in all directions of time and space, past, present, future, and beyond, all planes and dimensions of reality. One great, big, unified light, blessing up the energy of the greater whole, a whole that you are part of. And I want you to take your hands now, put your hands apart from each other, and envision this light in the palm of your hands. It's streaming through your hands. See if you can feel it. Bring your hands further apart from each other and in closer toward each other. Keep expanding and contracting this energy. Feel it. Feel a shape to it. Feel a sphere of this light within your hands. Feel the interplay of the energy. And now I want you to take your hands and clap them together and rub your hands together vigorously. Really warm this energy up. Warm this energy up. Go ahead and open your eyes. Take your candle and hold it in your hands now, feeling this light that you built, all the gifts that you received, all the guidance that came in, the interconnectedness, the wisdom, the healing, the gifts of synchronicity that will come in for you to guide you on your path, to give you clarity, to give you direction, to help you step further and further into that light. And envision it becoming one with this candle that you're holding in your hands now, charging it up. And say to yourself, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, I'm ready to receive. Yes, I'm ready to receive. When you're ready, light your candle. So that together we are one flame lighting another, holding this circle of light, holding this intention for the courage to open our hearts, the courage to receive, the courage to soften, the courage to listen to our truth, the courage to listen to our own internal guidance, the courage to step into our power by choosing love and releasing fear, the courage to step into our gifts, to awaken our creative potential, to bring our Ashe forward in the world, our Ashe, our gifts, the essence that is us, the essence we are here to express creatively in a spirit of celebration that brings so much abundance, reward, and joy into our lives. And welcome in the play of spirit, welcome in the play of your higher consciousness, however you relate to your spiritual truth. Welcome in the play of that divine blessing in your life to guide you forward on your path, to bring you the synchronicities, to bring you the timely messages, to bring you everything you need at this time, and to trust that it knows what you need best. To be willing to let go, to relinquish control so you can truly come into alignment with your purpose, so you can truly receive the harvest that's been earmarked for you. And say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful I went through what I went through because it brought me to this place of empowerment now where I'm ready to step into all I am coming to be. Ashe, Amen, Amen. So mote it be. Right. I'm going to let that do its thing. I'm going to call in some blessing energy with some dragon's blood incense. This brings protection, holding the intention that this circle of light we are building together lasts with us as we await the return of the Sun King that will come with winter solstice. So we're going to build this energy so we can bring in all the magic and mirth and blessings and goodness that wants to come into our lives as we close out the year, close out this 2022 cycle as we prepare now to step out of the shadow and into all that light we've been building internally while we've been on that hermit journey, doing our soul work, doing our integration, calling in the wishes that wish to be granted to us by spirit, those things that are meant for us, that are aligned with us, clearing away all that blocks us from receiving, whether those blocks come from within or without, and surrounding us with protection, cloaking us with spirit, covering us, securing all that is meant for us, all that we are coming to be. Let's bring a little bit of that dragon's blood love over to you over there. Woo, we got circles coming up from the incense. That's a beautiful yes message. I love it. Moving into that yes energy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have a look here. I'm going to have a look here at the comments, see if anybody had any comments they left for me. Ah, beautiful, fun for all. You got the peace and strength. It's coming in. It's coming in. Oh, beautiful, Janky. I love this. I love this. Yes, yes, this is so good. Thank you so much for being part of this. Thank you so much for building this energy with me. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of you. Deep gratitude really means a lot to me. I'm really excited to hear about all the beautiful things that come your way as a result of doing this work. And I do want to just go ahead and I'm going to pull a few cards. I'm going to work with the full moon energy. All right. So let's just kind of end this out with a little read for all of you who are going to receive this healing. And thank you so much to all of you who came in and participated. I really, really do appreciate you. Let's see. What cards do I feel drawn to tonight? Cards do I feel drawn to? And I'm going to keep this candle vigil going for all of us. Okay. I'm going to keep this candle vigil going for all of us. Let's see. I think I'm going to work with the Paulina Tarot. I'm just feeling like the energy is really wanting to be more sweet, more light, you know, more playful. I think we've all kind of had a lot of intensity. So I'm going to go ahead and just let this come in. We're going to just do a little full moon read for the collective that's gathered here receiving this reading. So if you're tuning into this reading, these messages are for you. We're just going to do a little collective read and see what spirit wants us to tune into right now, what spirit wants us to focus on, what we can do to best support ourselves as we step into the new cycle and leave the old behind. Have a look at all this for the collective. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Look at this. Look at this here. We have the Hierophant. There's spirit. Look at this. We got a beautiful community gathered here. And look at the roots. We're rooting this, right? We're rooting this energy together. You're amazing, Chrissy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I so want to do stuff like this on a regular basis. I want to like connect with community. I want to build community where we're all welcome in this space, no matter what our beliefs are, no matter where we are at in our lives. And we can all support each other. You know, we can all support each other in growth and stepping into our full potential, what we're here to do. Like, I really want this to be a place where we can build community. And I see this is just such a beautiful message here with the Hierophant. I love this particular take on this card. We got this tree, right? This tree of life. And look at the vision awakening above. You know, there's a lot of vision and clarity is going to come in for you. Spirit's got you sheltered here, okay? And you got other people who are also focused like you, who want to be the change in the world, right? Got lots of good stuff coming in. There's going to be a spirit of celebration. We're really going to root this energy together. It's going to bring in so much goodness. So let's see what's coming in for the collective. And the Hierophant coming in upright like that right off the bat, it's a definite yes. So confirmation, we're manifesting some really beautiful things now, okay? Really beautiful things. I'm actually really enjoying this energy. I hope you all are enjoying it too, because actually this is a great full moon. It's really encouraging a lot of healing. It's really encouraging us to come to a place of understanding and connection and forgiveness and release, letting go, and also, a willingness to believe that, we can step into that star energy that, one of the beautiful things about life is that it's temporal in nature, right? And, sometimes we struggle with that because we have a tendency to want things to stay the same, but nothing in life stays the same. And we're a direct reflection of nature, right? We are that. Everything we see is a part of us. All life is just energy. It's atoms, positive, negative, neutral energy taking on different forms. We're all interconnected with each other. So we're never really truly alone in the world. And so if we notice nature, if we look at nature, we notice the way that nature behaves, right? We have times when the moon is full, and then we have times when we enter the dark phase of the moon, when you can't even see the moon in the sky. But does that mean that the sky, has taken away the moon just because we can't see it? Absolutely not. The moon is still there. It's still there. That light is still there. So it's just understanding that everything has a cycle, everything has a rhythm. And when we don't resist this, when we understand that every time we release something, though it may be challenging, we might have a hard time seeing something go. There's always something so much more in alignment with who we are now that's coming in to take its place. So it can be a cause for celebration. You can celebrate even in the sweetness of the release, which may seem contradictory. It may seem contradictory, but it's actually not. And if you really think about it, think back to some of those times when you were brought to your knees by life and you felt like, gosh, there's just nothing on the other side of this for me. And you were proven wrong, right? Because we bounce back, we endure. That's what we do. We tap into our strength. We tap into that place inside of us that knows, no, I'm here. I have a purpose. There's a reason why I'm here. I'm so happy to hear, Janky, that you feel good, so good now. That really makes me feel good. You're very special too. Anybody, I'm serious. Anybody who brings in their voice on something like this and participates in something like this, you're very special too. Because one thing that's so hard for people, one of the big challenges we need to overcome right now is that people are having such a hard time understanding each other, connecting with each other, relating with each other. We've all collectively been through a lot over the past couple of years, and we really felt disconnected. It's been hard for a lot of people. There have been a lot of people really struggling with moving back into the flow of life again. And, it's hard to bring forward your voice, especially if you've been going through a rough time, if you've been battling with something, if you've been in a surrender process and it's been something that's been, hard on your heart. Sometimes it's just kind of scary for us to bring our voices forward and let ourselves be witnessed, let ourselves be seen. But every time you bring your voice forward and you contribute to something like this, there is somebody else out there. There's somebody else out there that feels empowered by you bringing your voice forward. You let somebody else know, hey, I'm not alone. Like, there's other people who think like me, and it gives other people the courage to bring their voices forward too. So I just want you to know that you're really special too. Appreciate you. So we do have this crossing card here, okay? It came out. I love it. It's the moon. The moon is what's crossing us right now, okay? So this is a very interesting time that we're entering with this full moon, all right? Because we're very much coming up on this cycle of the curtain's about to raise. I mean, it's really the energy that we're dealing with right now. It's going to be showtime. It's going to be showtime soon. So we've all kind of been fumbling around in the dark, right? We've all been muddling through our subconscious. We've all been healing our deepest wounds. We've all been integrating our experiences. We've all been grappling with how strange life has just been over the past couple of years. We're all getting back into the flow of life again, and we're trying to find our way. We're trying to find our way. We're trying to find our sources of light, trying to find our sources of hope. And there's been a lot of confusion. There's been a lot of disconnection. And there's been a lot of things that we haven't been able to see. A lot that's been happening beneath the surface, a lot that has been happening behind the scenes. And this cycle that we're ending right now. Oh, good night, Dawn. I love that. Dawn. Dawn of a new day. Dawn brought in the new light. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for coming. The thing is that we are closing out a cycle from back in April. And there was a lot that we couldn't see back in April, but it's going to start to be illuminated for us. So, we're really encouraged to recognize the duality that even though it's night out, right? Even though it's dark, there's still light to be found even within the darkness. That's the message that the moon gives us. This is also a time for you to really sink into your intuition, allow yourself to listen more. Listen more. Don't be so quick to have a rebuttal, even if you're dealing with people who are on edge, even if you are dealing with people that are having a hard time, that they're struggling to communicate in a healthy way. Try to just notice the difference that occurs when you don't feel the need to always have to get your words in, and when you just hold this space of witnessing and listening. There's so much that's going to come through. And one of the important pieces of listening is that it helps us make connection with our intuition. We can start to hear our own voice and connect with our own truth instead of being distracted by all the noise in the peanut gallery. And we know we got a lot of noise in the peanut gallery right now. We got all the unrest in the world. We got all the media and all the messages it sends our way. We got all the stuff that comes up on our feed on social media, right? So sometimes it's good to unplug. It's good to unplug from the matrix. It's good to unplug from the need to always have to fill our heads and our hearts with outside information, and instead just sink into the silence and the wisdom of listening to what emerges within. And so I really see this as an invitation coming forward right now to work with this lunar energy, because this moon is going to be growing full, okay? This moon is going to be full tomorrow, like late afternoon, early evening. I think it's like 4:54 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, here in the United States is when the moon will be full, all right? So this energy is continuing to build right now, and you can continue to hold this intention. And if you didn't have a candle handy on you, go ahead, light the candle, after you tune into this. You still have time. This energy is going to be building, and it's going to be coming in. And I encourage you to keep that light going, just so we're all holding this circle of welcoming in the light together. It's a really beautiful intention, and it's a way for us to link our energies and be in sync with building this energy together, okay? But I think we're really being asked to dive deep during this time as we prepare for the illumination to come with that new moon in Scorpio. It's going to bring with it the solar eclipse. And it's going to be like a now you see it, now you don't kind of energy. And then when that light comes back on, when that sun reveals its brilliance again, it's going to shine a spotlight on what we couldn't see before. And it's what comes through at that time that's going to give you a lot of clarity about the direction you need to take and how you need to step forward. And the more that you are able to listen, the more you're going to be able to get the memo. You're going to be in touch with your intuition. And I'm really getting so strongly coming in for the collective at this time. It's so important that you allow yourself to be directed by your own truth. This is really what's meant to happen right now. People need to step into their empowerment. And your empowerment is in stepping into your integrity. Notice all the ins. Integrity, intuition, turning within, okay? It's about moving in during this dark cycle, okay? Because that's what happens after the moon is full. It brings things to a culmination, yes. We see the harvest of the previous lunar cycle, indeed. But then we go into the dark moon phase until that new moon energy comes in. So I advise at this time, as you get on the other side of that full moon, to remember that even though you can't see the light, even though it's dark out, even though it's dark moon phase, that light is still there. And the best way that you're going to be able to grok it and tune in to its rhythm and energy is by dropping in within yourself, being very quiet, listening to your intuition, noticing what feelings are coming up inside of you, allowing yourself to have emotional release where you need to have emotional release, noticing the guidance that comes in, whether you view that guidance as coming from spirit, coming from God, coming from goddess, coming from nature itself, coming from your higher consciousness, creating the opportunity for it to come in and have a seat and inform you about your next moves. What's going to bring you in alignment with your truth, with your integrity, with your path forward as you step into the new cycle. We do see there's some things you're going to have to be decisive about. Okay, we've got air sign collective coming up right here. That is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, there is a need to view certain things very, very cleanly, plainly, have the willingness to acknowledge things as they are. Whether it's somebody that you're dealing with where you're having a challenge and maybe you guys just can't get on the same page, maybe it is time you go your own ways. Some people will be letting go of relationships during this cycle, but it's to let go of what's not in alignment so they can come together with what is. And there's also a lot of people that are going to be linking up with their, soul family with this new energy coming in. It's like a whole new cast of characters. And there's definitely going to be soulmates coming in, for sure. Honestly, I went through hell, Janky. I've been through hell and back. I had a time in my life where I really didn't want to be here. And that's the truth. And I almost didn't make it. But something inside of me found a fire to keep going. And I pulled myself out of out of a really brutal passage in my life. It was definitely a straightening by fire, and it was an initiation. And it's not me. I don't really even view it as me. I always say to people that what comes through me, sometimes I listen back to my readings because I don't even know what I'm saying when I'm giving the readings. It's a lot about me getting out of my own way, and everybody has this wisdom inside of them, and everybody is this beautiful. Everybody has this gift. Everybody has this gift, Thank you. I'm glad I did too, because it made me really realize that experience that I went through had a purpose. And this was one thing that really came up for me. I remember the thing that was like my biggest thorn in my side, like my biggest suffering, and something that I struggled with for so long, and there was so much trauma to unravel around it. I'll never forget the point that came when one day I was just like walking across the street, ironically at a crossroads. I was crossing the street at a crossroads, and in middle of the crosswalk, I had this moment where this energy flooded me, and the only thing I can describe it as is just complete and total gratitude, because I recognized, oh my gosh, this thing that's been like my deepest wound, this thing that's been my greatest heartache, this is the thing. This is the thing that really allowed me to enter into the temple of love, within myself. I love who I am now. I'm grateful for my life. I like who I am, I'm so glad I'm here. I'm so glad I get to do what I get to do. I'm so glad that I get to connect with other people. I'm so glad that I can help them see the beauty inside of them, the wisdom inside of them, the gifts that they received through the troublesome times they went through, their struggles, their traumas. It's not that there's ever there's never a gladness necessarily that, these traumas happen. I mean, we all go through stuff in our life. Everybody has some kind of trauma. You can't tell me that there's, somebody who's walked through this life and it's never dealt with something that's brought them to their knees. It's something that we all share in common, like that wheel of karma, man. We all go through it. We're all here in school, we're all learning, we're all growing. But there can come a place where you are grateful that you went through it. Grateful because you can see the way it shaped you. Grateful because you can see the way that you came to a different level of understanding. Grateful because it activated your purpose. And maybe there's something that can come out of that experience that once brought you to your knees that you can pay forward in life, and it can really help another. And when you can connect with that peace and you feel that gratitude, that's when everything opens up for you. And it's so beautiful. And everybody has that potential. We all have that potential. It's all one energy, man. You know, it's all one energy. And I see like you all are ready. You're ready to cut off what doesn't serve you. You're ready to cut off the things that are holding you back. You're ready to let go of the things that are keeping you disempowered. And I'll tell you, like, the biggest thing right now, what's coming forward so strongly right now is you're not meant to stay on any path that where you feel ambivalent about it. You're meant to connect with what really lights you up, what excites you. And if it makes you feel a little scared, if it makes you feel a little scared, even better, because everything is on the other side of that leap. Everything you want, this is the big memo, the big download that's been coming through lately. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. It makes you shake in your boots a little bit because you know how meaningful it is. And you know that it has the power to totally transform your life. And transform your life in such a way that's like, I don't even recognize this life anymore. And how cool is that, right? How beautiful is that? You're all here to step into that now. You know, don't listen to any bullshit that's out there in the matrix where people are talking about some people are karmic and some people are blessed and there's all this division kind of energy. It's crap. It's crap. We're all in this together. We're all walking each other home. We're all walking each other home. And nothing benefits if we don't elevate all together. All right. So we're here to like support each other in this. We're here to reflect to each other. Hey, you got gifts too. And witnessing that in one another and building that energy with one another. It's really, really beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Chrissy. I really appreciate it. I really do. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. I've wanted for a long time to like connect with people on a really meaningful level, you know? Get beyond the superficial. Like, let's do work together. Let's do work together. Let's grow together. Let's air it out. Let's shine a light on it, you know? That's so true. It is all about curiosity, you know? Curiosity. Maybe that's why they say, you know, curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back, you know? And it's true. It's like, yeah, you know, it can be a little dicey, right? But you got 9 lives. You can take a licking and keep on ticking. You know, sometimes to confront the things that hold us back or bad habits, you know, the unhealthy dynamics we get into in our relationships, the issues we have with receiving, you know, our attachments, these kind of things, you know, sometimes to like confront that stuff, it's a little dicey, right? It feels a little uncomfortable, right? It's not easy. It's not easy, but you got 9 lives. You can bounce back, you know? You can bounce back. You can get to the other side of that and you'll level up. And as you level up and as you elevate, you inspire other people around you to do the same. And that's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. So I see you all doing this work. I see you really looking at things honestly. You're not going to delude yourself anymore. You don't want to. You want to recognize the truth, even if the truth cuts a bit. You know it's for your own good. So I see a lot of you are really stepping into this position where you're like, I'm not going to sweep it under the rug anymore. I'm not willing to live in an illusion. I'm ready to face what is, and I'm ready to own my part in it. I'm ready to be accountable. I'm ready to recognize that I can't change anybody else. I can't control what anybody else does. I can't control anybody else's choices. I can't make anybody else feel what I feel or get on the same page as me. All I can do is take accountability for my own choices, and I'm going to choose to elevate. I'm going to choose to do the work. I'm going to choose to show up, even when it's uncomfortable. And I see you cutting off patterns that are unhealthy. I see you choosing to embrace the unknown, which might feel a little scary at first, but you're willing to do things in a new way. And there's help here. There's support here with the 6 of Pentacles. You know, there are people that will come onto your path, and there are opportunities that will come your way. When you make the choice to step out of this old energy that's been holding you back and that's been blocking your forward motion, There is all manner of help that will come your way through opportunities, through other people, through new connections. You know, it's about taking the risk and the willingness to let go, let go, let go. Because the sooner we embrace the fact that we don't have any control other than how we choose to move through the experiences that present themselves on our lives path, and also choosing how we want to personally direct our own energy, okay? There's a freedom in that when you recognize that there is no other control, you know, except for your own sphere of, you know, utilizing your own will and directing your own intentions in life. And we see that as you do this, as this support comes in, you get braver. You connect with your inner fire with this Knight of Wands energy, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You connect with passion, purpose. You get moving forward. Where you were stuck, where you were held up, where you felt like, when is my time coming? When is this thing going to turn around? You make your own way. You make your own way. You make your own way because you have the courage to own your fire and wield it and use it for the transformational force it is in the world. Okay? Fire is aligned with action. It's not sitting around waiting for life to happen to you. It's about you working in partnership with life. It's an partnership. You are stepping into that place of creator. You are that. There is no separation. There's no separation. You're activating this now. Look at you all. You are creating. And this is coming forward so strong right now. There are so many of you that you have creativity that wants to be expressed. And it's something that you've always kind of like put on the back burner because you are afraid to really follow your heart and your creative inspiration. Maybe there were people in your life who used to put you down when you were younger, who rocked your confidence in that regard. Who told you, oh, you know, that's a pipeline dream. You can't do that. Nobody can be abundant. Nobody can have, you know, a good financial future following their art or doing their writing or playing their music or whatever it may be. But all of you have something creative that wants to come forward in you right now. And this is what we're being asked to do. We're being asked to express ourselves creatively. And when we express ourselves creatively, then something new gets birthed out of us that actually brings us tangible material abundance. The more that you can align with this energy, what really feeds your heart, what excites you, that thing that maybe it seems like it's risky, maybe it seems like it's out of pocket, maybe it seems like, you know, I don't know, I could take a leap and I could land with a thud, but you know what? Everything comes in that leap. Sometimes it's all about the leap. And yeah, you know what? Sometimes you do land with a thud, but just taking the risk stokes confidence. And it also allows you to learn valuable lessons, that there's so much wisdom to be gained at the times when we do miss the mark. And in fact, everything that is involved in being a success in life also means you have to risk failure. So there's this big piece about trusting in your gifts and bringing those gifts forward, connecting with that ashay, you know, the things you do that light you up, that make you happy. And it's different for everybody. And creativity can be expressed in a lot of different ways. Because often when I bring this piece forward to people, I hear them say, yeah, but I can't paint, or I'm not a good writer, or I don't know how to play any music, or I can't even hold a tune. There's no way I can sing. But people misunderstand there's so many different ways to be creative. There's so many different ways to be creative. Some of you, it's in the meals you cook and the joy that it gives you to see people nourished with the food that you poured your love and care into, you know? Some of you, it's in the ways that you're able to teach others and inspire their creative gifts to come forward. Some of you, it's in the way that you're able to hold space for others and that you're able to create these beautiful spaces where people feel safe, where they can connect, where they can drop in, where there's so much that can come forward in building community. You all have a creative gift. And you know what your creative gift, when you make contact with that thing inside of you that like lights you up. That thing where if money was no object, you would do it. That's right. What the hell do you have to lose? Nothing. Nothing. So I encourage you to really explore this right now, because this has just been hammering at me. Okay. This has been coming in so strongly to the collective that you're all meant to connect with your creativity right now. Ask yourself that question. If you're not sure right now, if you're not sure what your creative gifts are right now, just kind of seed that in your consciousness. What am I meant to create right now? What am I here to create? What do I want to create? What if I had no fear, nothing could hold me back? What would I create? How would I express my creativity in the world? This is where you're supposed to put your energy right now. It aligns you with your passion, your purpose. And when you align with your passion and purpose, when you do something for the sheer joy of doing it, this is where all your abundance comes in. This is what taps you into the flow of abundance and manifestation. All the opportunities start to come in. It all starts to flow effortlessly. It all starts to come your way with total ease. You don't have to fight for it. You don't have to struggle for it. In fact, the more you're fighting, the more you're struggling for your abundance and your blessing, the more it ain't for you. That's not the path. That's not the route. The more you're dancing your way, through life, the more that you're feeling joyful, the more that what you're doing makes you happy, makes you feel fulfilled. That's the juju. That's what you want to tap into right now. And maybe you don't have a lot of time currently to devote to that. Okay. Let's say you don't. Let's say you really got a lot of responsibilities on your plate. I think you're worth a half an hour a day, don't you? To just play, explore, tap into your creativity. Even if you divided it into two 15-minute segments, like 15 minutes to start your day, maybe 15 minutes to close your day, or even you just invite in the inquiry. What am I here to create? What do I want to create? And maybe that means you just play with it for a bit. Maybe you allow yourself to sort of sink into that flow of creativity, see what comes forward. Maybe you let yourself just do some random writing, just do a brain dump. Pull out a journal and just let yourself just write whatever's on your brain, without having to consider if it's good, just let the thoughts pour out onto the page so you can get a look at what's going on there. You might be surprised what comes through. Or maybe, just do a little freestyle drawing. Let yourself scribble, color outside the lines. Like, I encourage this energy. Think outside the box. Stop worrying about perfection. Nothing in life is perfect, right? It's the willingness to let things be imperfect, to let things be as they are, that's going to open all doors for you, and it's going to reveal to you your hidden gifts. Ha ha! I do not lie. Look at this. Ace of Wands, fall timing card. This is coming forward. This is about bringing your fire forward. It's about initiating this creative flow of energy, bringing your fire forward, letting yourself be seen, making your contribution, taking the risk to put yourself out there, to step into your passion and your purpose. What does it bring? Ace of Pentacles. It brings you abundance. It brings you the manifestation of abundance in your life. And when does this come in? This comes in the spring season, okay? So the moves you make right now, what you bring forward right now, it is seeding your future. And it's going to have something really beautiful to show for it when you move into that spring season. This is justice. This is your karmic balance. This is the sweet reward on the other side of the work, right? Libra energy coming in really strong. And it's beautiful because this is Venusian energy that's also in play with what we got going on right now with this full moon, because we do have this full moon is in Aries, right? But Aries right now is opposite Venus, okay? There's also the fixed star Alpharex is in play, and it combines the energies of Jupiter and Venus together. It amplifies the Venusian energy. So it's bring in more of what you find beautiful, bring in more pleasure, Bring in more of what delights the senses. Bring in more art. Bring in more creativity. Bring in more pampering. Bring in more nurturing and self-care and that which makes you feel lighter, you know? We need to travel light heading forward. We don't want to be dragged down by all the heaviness of the past. And there you are. You step right into it. Queen of Pentacles, right? Queen of Pentacles. Many of us are on a journey right now where we're integrating the Empress, the Emperor, right? We're stepping into these archetypes, which is about really mastering all the different elemental qualities by embodying them in our life walk, you know, learning how to wield the sword, learning how to direct the wand, learning how to fill the cup, and also how to nurture others with it, and learning how to root it all in material reality so we can bring our visions into actual physical manifestation. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So, you know, I'm seeing here with the Seven of Wands, you know, block out time for yourself to just explore your creativity. Look at that shield. Look at that shield. It's reminding me of like this Ace of Pentacles. Like, this is important. I want my new beginning. I want to grow something for myself that I can stand on that is really fulfilling for me and that unlocks the doors of abundance to me, you know, unlocks all my opportunities to come in alignment with my purpose. And you may have a lot of distractions, okay? There may be a lot of things that want your time, your attention. There may be a lot of responsibilities. There may even be, as you start to carve out time for yourself, as you start to feed the energy that you want to grow in your life and pursue the things that you want to pursue, you may find that people try to distract you from that. Okay, it happens. And it's not like, you know, yeah, sometimes you have people that are lower vibrational and they move in, you know, unethical ways. They try to sabotage you. They don't want to see you step into your light because it highlights where they're still stuck. And that's an uncomfortable position to be in. But this is not always the case. A lot of times people are just, they're not even aware. They're not even aware that they're doing it. There's such a subconscious undercurrent moving through people, you know, that they're not always aware that they're behaving in this way. So try to have some compassion when you deal with people who are always kind of trying to encroach on your time, you know, maybe cases where you feel like people are trying to intrude on your boundaries. Just lovingly hold your space, you know, be firm in your boundaries. Only give when you're able to give from a place where you can do so without resentment, right? It's so important to be able to give from this place of desire to do so. Because if you're giving from a place of, I'm depleted, I have no energy, I don't feel like doing this, I don't want to deal with this person right now, but you let them in anyway, you may think that you're, you know, taking the high road, that you're being helpful, that you're giving, but that's like, we're meant to move out of these like codependent dynamics. And it doesn't help anybody because then you're giving from a place of depletion. Then you're giving from this place of resentment. So do block out this time for yourself. Make sure you're blocking out time for yourself to explore your creativity, to sink into your intuition, to get clear on where you want to direct your energy moving forward. Tim, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put your comment up here, Tim, because I think it's something that people can benefit from. I have been blessed with ability to exceed in most anything I do. My problem now, I want to find the purpose I am meant to contribute to this life. It'll come in. That's what we're calling in. That's that light we're calling in. This is what we're doing right now. You're going to be getting the guidance coming in. It's really about you creating the space to just listen, drop in, and kind of be in that uncomfortable place where it is unknown and it feels uncertain and you're not quite sure of the way ahead. You know, you'll know because it'll land in your heart. But often what happens is we're so busy like pursuing and doing, right? We're always so busy pursuing and doing that we don't create these empty spaces. Sometimes the empty spaces feel terribly uncomfortable, you know? So it's about us creating this room for nothing, right? To just be, to drop in, to just sit, to just listen, to just explore our creativity. And this is the little window of opportunity where that thing we need that's going to align us with our purpose is going to be activated. And this is totally happening right now. It is absolutely happening right now. This is what we're going through. We're doing a timeline hop. The old way doesn't work anymore. We're all stepping into a new track in life, you know? Yeah. I mean, don't we all? I'm the same way, Tim. I'm like your classic, like type A personality. Like I'm always doing, going, going, going. I always have a bunch of ideas I want to bring into being. I got a bunch of things I want to pursue. I used to really be quite awful actually at overextending myself. And I had to really learn boundaries. It's something I really had to work on in my life. But as I did that, you know, and I brought things more into balance, I've realized that I really was doing a disservice, not only to myself, but others, because I was like just pushing too much, pushing the river, pushing, pushing, pushing. There's this wisdom in letting go. And right now we really need to do that. We need to let go and give ourselves over to the flow of life. Life wants to carry us right now. Ah, I love you, meow, meow. I love you, meow, meow. I'm going to put her up here. Sweet Bee Petite, another wise woman shining her light in the world. You should check out what she has to offer. She's bringing some really good stuff in. Yeah, right? It's so about that. It's so about being willing to go that uncomfortable place where it's like, fuck, I don't feel like I'm achieving anything right now. I feel like I'm just sitting here. I don't know what I'm going to do or where I'm going to go. But you know what? That's where all the inspiration is, right? It's in the space of nothingness. People get very uncomfortable with empty spaces, but the empty spaces are what bring all the reward. They're where all the opportunity is. That's where all the juju is, because that's when we get out of our own way. It's not about moving through life mechanical. It's not about plotting, planning. No, this is when we open ourselves up to the energy, the current, the creative force that runs through the universe, that runs through each and every one of you. And it awakens in us because we're not being distracted. We're just sitting in a place of receiving. This is the biggest thing that people are having a problem with right now is receiving. All right. We need to open up to receive. There is so much. I'm excited you're here, Amanda. Thank you for dropping by. We are meant to move these blocks out of the way right now, okay? We are meant to open up to receive. We're all walking around with this shield over our heart, like, all right, what's going to come at me next? And a lot of that also has to play into what's been going on globally, right? Over the past couple of years. We've really had to learn. We've really had to learn, you know, to kind of be on guard. Like we haven't known what was going to come at us next. And we've really been through some disruption over the past couple of years. So it's natural that we're kind of feeling in this more guarded space, but now more than ever, it's so important that we like melt this resistance, that we start softening, that we start opening to the potential that wants to come through. I love it. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. Oh, that's so wonderful. See, look at here. Miss Sweet Bee Petite right now is, you know, waiting to step on the stage for a performance and pulled aside some space to drop in. All right. This is what I'm talking about. It's like you can create these little islands, these little drop-in islands in your life, no matter how busy your schedule is. And it's in that space. That's the space where the magic's going to get it. That's where it's all going to happen. That's what's going to ignite your passion and purpose. You're going to get so much guidance coming in, but we have to be able to listen. This piece has been coming through so strong, so strong. We need to create spaces where we can drop in and listen and receive. And that also means we need to like let down our guard a little bit, right? We need to open up the heart a little bit. We need to soften. So like, let's look at that practically. What are some things you can do to start to open up your heart? What can you do to start to soften here? You can do any kind of chest expansion, you know, kind of yoga exercises, you know, cobra pose would be a great one to work with, right? Working with that cobra medicine was all about transmutation. It's all about shedding the old skins. It's all about awakening the new potential, right? That kundalini, you know, is very much that serpent energy, that ignition of the creative spark that is elevating, raises the consciousness, right? Clears the energy channels. So doing this, like just opening up your arms wide, you know, starting your day, just try this out. Try this out as you're moving through this lunar cycle, all right, as we close out this month of October, as we're heading toward that solar eclipse coming up on the 25th. Just see if every day when you wake up, first thing you do when you get out of bed, no matter how silly it may seem, I'm asking you to just dive into a creative space with me. Let's do an experiment. Let's report back. This, replay will remain posted, so you can always jump back to this video, drop in, and just leave a comment what you learned with this. Just try this every day when you wake up, starting now, okay? Starting tomorrow morning. When you get up, just try to get up out of bed, open your arms wide, and just say, yes. That's it. Just yes. Notice what happens. Notice what happens. As you go through your day, notice, are you starting to round forward? Are you going into this kind of closed, contracted, defensive posturing? Remind yourself to oh gosh, I'm rounding forward again. Okay, I'm going to open up my shoulders. And when you do catch yourself, to say, yes, yes, I'm open to receive. See if you can start to rewire your consciousness, rewire those neural loops, program your consciousness in a new way. And some people have a difficult time with the word yes, because they think that it means oh, I'm really happy about what's happening in my life right now. But that's not what yes is. Yes is just a complete absence of resistance. It's complete and total allowing. It's yes, this is the reality. I accept it. And this is the key that unlocks the doors, because automatically the defenses drop. If you're going through life and you're no, 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 I don't want this. I don't want this. This hurts. I don't want to deal with this. You're contracted. You're blocking the very thing you need to be released from that struggle. But let's say you're going through a grieving process. You're going through something really heavy. If you instead greeted it yes, this fucking hurts. Yes, I feel so confused. I don't understand why this didn't happen for me the way I wanted it to happen. Yes, I accept that this is the way it is. Yes, I feel a lot of grief. Yes, I'm angry. Okay? We start at this place. Start where you're at. You don't need to be in this place of, new agey, oh, everything's beautiful and wonderful, and give yourself false bullshit affirmations, which never work, because you're very smart, okay? You're very smart. Don't insult your consciousness. You're very smart. You know it's not all wonderful and beautiful sometimes. So don't try to force fit. Instead, move into a place of non-resistance to what is. And that loosens the attachments and allows you to open up to the creative flow. Because once you stop resisting, you get out of your own way. And that's when the guidance comes through. That's when your purpose gets activated. Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, Tim, this is an interesting point right here. I'm digging what you're dropping on this comment section. This is the thing. We've all been doing a lot of this deep shadow work. We all been doing a lot of this deep shadow work. And a lot of us also were forced into this place over the past couple of years of doing deep shadow work in isolation. All right. So it's really intense. And we're used to equating growth with discomfort. And it's true that there are cycles in our life where we are required to do that. We're required to deal with the discomfort. We're required to face what doesn't feel good. We feel awkward. We feel out of place. It's times we just want to escape what we're feeling, right? And we're used to that. There's a lot of there's a lot of belief around that we have to struggle through this process of growth, but we're actually being challenged right now to grow through embracing the light, embracing the joy, putting our focus on the sweet spot, looking at things in a different way. Instead of looking at what isn't working, shifting our focus, our awareness to what is working. How is life showing up for me? Where is the reward? Where does it feel good? What feels good? Maybe you've been feeling rotten, for so long, you don't know what feels good anymore. Well, shit, find out, explore that. What a great place to start. I'm going to devote this month of October to really exploring what gives me pleasure. What gives me pleasure? What excites me? What makes me happy? What brings me joy? What makes me laugh? And looking at that in all aspects of our life, like what people elevate your energy? And where do you notice when you're hanging out with somebody, you feel like you're kind of getting dragged down? And it's not like coming from a judgmental place. You never know, maybe you're able to like get through to somebody. You can help open up their mind to a different way of looking at their life, and maybe not. We have to respect where people are at on their path, but we do have choices about what we allow into our sphere. We do have a choice about how we, share our time, our energy, and what we put our focus on. And so we begin there by, instead of looking at what isn't working, we start looking at what is, what feels good, what's fun, you know, let down your hair a bit, play a bit, have a good time. Even if it's like getting some bubbles and going and blowing bubbles in the park, or, just having a lazy afternoon where you lay on the grass and you stare up at the sky and you look at all the shapes shape shifting in the clouds, doing things that, gave you joy when you're a child, like connecting with that, just playfulness, this spirit of playfulness, bringing more of this energy in. And that's really the challenge of growth. This is where our growth is coming in now. It's not through staying in the shadow anymore. We're meant to walk away from that now. This cycle is coming to a close. This heavy Pluto cycle is coming to a close. Chiron in Aries, is coming to a close. We're starting to move out of that. We're heading our way out of those long, dark hallways, right? And those long, dark hallways from one stage of life to the next, they can be a bitch, right? We've had to kind of like fumble our way through. We might have like stubbed our toe on a few things along the way. It's not always easy to be in that unknown transitionary space, but it's bringing us to a brand new potential. All right, it's really, really beautiful. And it was cool because I picked up the deck and actually picked it up upside down, Three of Swords energy. See, we're supposed to turn this energy around. We're not supposed to stay in the wound anymore. Okay, we did that, right? We did that. We've paid too much attention to the wound. We've paid too much attention to the hurt. Shadow has had its opportunity. And if you feel like I haven't spent enough time with my shadow yet, what you're really needing is to create some kind of respectful space held around that pain, that trauma, that wound. So create meaningful rituals for yourself and let your intuition inform you what that looks like. That may look like going to the ocean and taking with you a bouquet of white roses and putting each one of the wounds, the traumas, the fears, the hurts into one of those roses and releasing it to the ocean to be carried away and cleansed. It may be having a good burn, writing out all your feelings, writing out all your emotions, and then offering it up to the fire, cleansing it away. The rituals that we have, the rituals that we create for ourselves, they give meaning and a sense of reverence and respect around what we've been through. So bring this energy in, because look, this is what we're stepping into. We're stepping into this light. We're stepping into the sun. It's the happiest card in the deck, right? It's that joyful state of wonder that you felt when you were a kid. You remember when you were a kid? You weren't scared of the unknown. You weren't scared of anything different. It was like something that roused your curiosity. It excited you, and you found pleasure in the simple things. So connect more with this kind of energy, Connect more with this kind of energy. Connect with hummingbird medicine, which is all about joy. It's about extracting the sweetness from your experiences, because we got a lot coming into bloom. We're coming into a successful cycle, a bless up cycle. And it's not just like some of us, it's all of us. This is on offer for all of us. Yes, absolutely, Amanda. Releasing being timid. It's about having courage. It's about having courage and confidence. And the only way we gain confidence is by risking failure, risking, that, kind of insecure feeling like, are they all going to laugh at me? What are they going to think if I put myself out there like this? It's that thing. Everything we want is on the other side of fear. We got to have courage. And that's why I'm bringing that courage in with that candle I have lit for all of us, right? We are awakening our courage, our creativity, our adventurer, right? The Fool is an adventurer. We are at the world in tarot. We have been through the whole journey. We are about to start at the 0 point. It all begins again. It all begins again. And we're meant to approach this new cycle feeling a lightness of spirit. We're meant to travel light. We're not meant to drag the old cycle behind us. We're meant to let it go, release it. So really look at where you may still need to do some kind of like ritual work, release work around, the heaviness that you feel is still kind of clinging a bit, This energy is going to start dissipating. Okay. It's going to start dissipating, but we got October to get through. But you can do your part by starting to align yourself with looking at the lessons that you received from what you went through and looking at the qualities that emerged in you from having the courage to show up and do the work. And looking at the little places where the light's starting to filter through, because it is coming in. And that light you're seeing on the horizon, it's not an oncoming train, It's your sweet reward. It's your sweet reward for saying yes and showing up. And I do have to say, like, I've been doing so many readings for the collective lately, and what I've been seeing across the board is people are showing up. People are showing up. People are taking the risk to express themselves honestly. They're putting themselves out there. They're letting themselves be seen. They're being more vulnerable. You can choose to focus, on what you choose to focus. You can choose to focus on, kind of like, that's why I say sometimes it's good to take a little break from social media, right? Or at least maybe not enter the feed, not into the feed. Instead, kind of like post what you want to put out there on your page, because it is the World Wide Web. It's a web of creation. People don't realize how powerful of a medium it is for manifestation. And if you can be mindful of how you use it, what you put out there, what you're contributing to that matrix, it can make a big difference, right? And then you can go and drop in on the people's pages where, that they're bringing a certain quality to the table that you want to align with. They vibrate at the same frequency as you. And as we start to use it as a tool in this way, then we start to build the energy together. It shifts the collective consciousness. We have a part to play in that. We all have a part to play in that. But if you're always focused on the feed and you're seeing people arguing and seeing people being nasty to each other and seeing all the division, which has been groomed, it's really been groomed over the past few years, there's been a big divisory agenda for real. And it is about knocking us out of our power in a very big way. And we're meant to step into our power. And we do that by shining our light forward. That's how we come into that place, right? Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for all you've been bringing in. I really appreciate it, Janky. You brought in some good gems. You've all been bringing in good gems. I really appreciate the thoughts you've all been sharing. We got this happiness. Look at this. And right behind this, what do we got? If wishes were horses, the dreamers would ride. Okay. You can have your life be what you want it to be. What it's about right now is it's really about you stepping into that place that excites you, but maybe makes you feel just a little bit scared. Makes your knees buckle a little bit, gives you those butterflies in your stomach, but it lights up your heart. That's the place we're meant to connect with, okay? And you can really write your own story moving forward. This is my title card. I gave it that meaning. If wishes were horses, the dreamers would ride. And what is horse medicine about? Horse medicine is about power, right? It's about coming into your power. So the more that you come into your own truth, what's true for you, and let it be okay that your truth is not necessarily going to be somebody else's truth. That's all right. That's all right. The big T truth, absolute truth, is that it's all a little bit true and a little bit false because it's all one energy. We're all interconnected, like it or not. As much as that person across from you that may be frustrating with you, frustrating for you, you know, because we do have a lot of relationship stuff coming up right now. You're connected. We're all interconnected, right? We're all interconnected and we all elevate the energy together. So, you know, it's really about, you know, choosing to invest in your dreams and choosing to invest in what excites you, and knowing that as you step into this potential and you start to put your focus in this way, that you actually start to grow this energy, you build this energy, you start vibrating at a different frequency. Like attracts like. What ends up happening? You start to connect with other people that are vibrating at that frequency. You notice that? We're like hanging out here. Have you noticed the comments here? Have you noticed the energy that's been coming in tonight? Everybody here is like, I'm ready to change. I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to step into it. That's a beautiful thing. And that's what happens when we start taking the risk to put ourselves out there. That's what happens when we start really going with what's feeding us or what's stinging for us, what's in alignment with our truth. It starts to build that energy in our lives and bring it forward. And we see you're going there, man. You're healing. It's happening. There's going to be cause for celebration on the other side with this 3 of Cups. This is like, cheers, we made it. We got to the other side, and how sweet it is. And there's that turn of fortune that's coming for us, collective, okay? We got the Wheel of Fortune here. What was up must come down. What was down must come up. So we're all on a higher rung of the spiral. And that's just the way it is, man. We're all on this karmic wheel together, you know? And there's always going to be ebbs and flows, and there's always going to be times of harvest, and there's going to be times of fallow. And we've been working in the fallow fields, man. We've been trying to get good things to grow, right? We've been trying to get good things to grow. And now is the promise of all that work that we've been doing. We're about to take that fate that we were handed, and because we did the work and we showed up and we took accountability and we cut off what didn't serve us, we found release, we found peace, we found healing, we found forgiveness. And I want to say something about forgiveness, okay? Because there's some things that happen to people. I don't want to insult somebody that's been through like really hardcore trauma, man. Okay? There's some things that happen in life that are pure evil, for real. And there's some things that seem absolutely unforgivable. And this kind of like new age mindset will tell you, you have to come to a place of love and forgiveness. Oh, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for subscribing. Oh, I adore you too. Thank you for dropping in. I've missed you. It's so good to see you show up, Sweet Tea. And thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. It really helps the channel. It gets these messages out there, right? It's all about beating an algorithm, okay? So I'm new here at YouTube, and you all, by subscribing and showing your support in that way, you're helping me get this out to more people. So you're helping build that energy. See, now we're co-creating together. But you know, there's this thing. You took those times of being in fallow fields, investing your energy, trying to see if it will grow. You took that fate, like the rough hand that was dealt to you, and you've spun it, you've transformed it, you spun it into destiny, right? Beautiful energy. And what does it bring you? The 10 of Cups. This is joy. This is fulfillment. This is happiness. I can't tell you how much. Go ahead. Check out some of the awesome other readers on YouTube too. It's been coming in so much. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. We got this coming in for us, all right? We spent our time in the shadow with the High Priestess. We integrated the wisdom and the lessons there. You know, we ate the pomegranate seeds. We did that deep dive of Persephone. We went into the underworld. We shed the 7 veils of illusion. We integrated our shadow. We grokked the medicine from that. And now we're getting ready to rise, to come into bloom, like core does in the spring. And there's so much abundance and beauty that comes forward from that. Cut of the deck energy. It's just so beautiful, so good. Let it go. Let the old cycle end. Release what you need to release with this full moon. Look at that full moon energy shining through. Notice the way that she releases. Notice the way she gives herself over to the ending, to the 10 of Swords. Is she fighting? She's not resisting. She's saying yes to it. Look how open her chest is. She knows that by being open to it and releasing, it moves through with greater ease. And that's the thing. That's the thing when it comes to forgiveness. If you're trying to hold yourself to this huge standard of forgiveness where you think that you have to absolve this person for hurting you or whatever difficult situation you're having, trying to find forgiveness, sometimes forgiveness just looks like letting go. It's just the choice to not hold space for it anymore. And in doing that and releasing the struggle with it and the grappling with it, or the need to get in the last word or take a jab or get revenge or whatever it may be, you actually set both of you free. You know, you set both of you free. And that's what it's about. Doesn't mean it has to be okay. Doesn't mean you have to kumbaya it out with somebody who did you wrong, who really hurt you, who treated you in an unjust manner. It just means you're no longer willing to let it hold space in your consciousness and you're ready to get on with it because there's so much goodness and so much beauty and blessing on the other side. And that is the truth with the Ace of Swords. We're going to have a really beautiful ending to this year. You watch what comes in. It's going to be so good. And thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. For those of you who didn't come in at the very beginning, I found out today that somebody who's like a mother figure in my life passed away. And her name is Dottie. We called her Dot Mom. And she's just this brilliant, beautiful spirit. And she talk about moving through life joyfully. She dealt with so much hardship. She dealt with so much pain. She dealt with so much. She had such a heavy burden in this life. And yet her heart was so light. And she was just so beautiful. She was just so beautiful and always in this space of like giving joy. She's just such a brilliant, brilliant being. And so thank you, because it really it hit me. I was like, oh, I'm feeling that, feeling the loss of her. But also just the beautiful celebration of her life and what an example she was of how we all can move through this dance of life, even when we miss a step. So thank you so much for building the hope with me, building the light with me, whether you caught me live or whether you catch the replay. If you catch the replay, please, you can leave comments if you have questions, if you have things you want to bring in. I'm very active on my channel. I always respond to comments. I'm not going to leave you sitting there. And I'm just really, really grateful to be able to drop in with you all. Well, thank you so much, Tim. I appreciate you. And I appreciate all of you who showed up tonight and contributed your energy, even if you just listened, and held the space. So full moon blessings to all of you. Happy releasing, because the sooner you let it go, the more that goodness is going to come in. Have a blessed evening.